You think that the filibuster is going to be broken now? Your government has decided to disclose some documents.
Well, I'm not completely sure the answer to that. We were pretty close to a solution about a week ago. And I did hear Pierre Poilievre's press conference, and I know what the House leadership has proposed. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that this impasse can be put behind us.
You're a pretty reasoned, impartial politician. Do you think it's fair for the government to redact documents that are unrelated, even though they disclosed it originally?
Well, the documents have to be what the committee originally requested, and what part of the impasse for the longest while was that in the original motion, it clearly stated that cabinet confidentiality would remain, and those documents wouldn't have to be provided to the committee. Then the new motion actually included documents of cabinet confidence. So that was the biggest part of the impasse. And then it became those documents that were not relevant, and that's what the discussion has been on for the last little while. The fact of the matter is, look, from where I stand, everything the committee asked for should be provided to the law clerk along the lines of the original committee motion. That's what we want. That's what the committee asked for, and that's what the government should provide. So I think we're about there now, hopefully.
Okay.
Because, there's, how many is it? We have 793 submissions on the pre-budget consultations. We have to get to those submissions. We need a motion to bring them forward from the previous Parliament. Because in those submissions, and I maybe have 200 that I've seen that people sent to me personally, but in those are the good ideas that the Minister of Finance and the government needs, and we all need, to help this economy going forward as we move from COVID-19. So it's important that we get those documents brought forward. We do what we can on holding pre-budget consultations. We won't be able to do it like we normally can in any event because of limited capacity for Zoom time and so on. I mean, normally we're on the road for 2 weeks. You can meet dozens of witnesses over a 5-day period because you're not limited by the constraints of Parliament. And we won't be able to do that this time because we're limited to Zoom, and then we're also hamstrung by the capacity of the system to be able to handle what we need to do. So I think we're going to have to depend a lot on the 793 submissions, go through those, pull out of those what we can, and make recommendations based on that.
Just quickly, what's at stake if we don't hear from all those people, from any of those people, if we don't have any of those budget consultations?
Well, I think what's at stake is you miss the good ideas from the public. I mean, look, all these business, individuals, organizations, Chamber of Commerce, you name it, farm organizations, etc., all of them have sat down with their membership or their business, prepared very, I think, valuable submissions based on their experience of what's happening on the ground to make recommendations to the government what we should do going forward in the next budget. So we'd be missing all that valuable information that comes directly to parliamentarians. Certainly the Minister of Finance and the Parliamentary Secretary and others are also having discussions, and that's helpful as well, and some of that will be the same. But what's important is we get that information brought to light so that it can help all Canadians, really, in terms of making our economy grow.
Thank you so much.